again today actually deliver another stream of Zombieland Saga. So yes, actually I've returned to actually come another episode of Zombieland Saga on this stream. Actually come episode 11 of Zombieland Saga, which will actually be the penultimate episode of the whole entire series actually. And yeah, episode 10 actually kind of left on a very interesting note actually. A note that actually kind of gives indication of what could in theory happen if, say, the same death is inflicted again upon the actual characters. And also, in some way, what does the past mean to the characters currently? It's one of the more interesting developments we've actually had in the whole entire series actually. Kind of the idea of what actually in theory happened in the same death inflicted. What's the consequences? Can a zombie regain their past memories? And yeah, I mean, we've had it through the lens of Sakura's character. She was actually very interesting, to be honest, because she's a character that she was always been there. We actually want to know so much more about her, and they're actually kind of getting that information about her. So yeah, episode 11 will be a very interesting episode, actually, to say the least, to actually kind of see where this all leads to, what actually does in theory happen with the outcome. So yeah, it's actually planned to actually go live, to actually get the show on the road. So, right, go live. Gone live for Zombieland Saga episode 11. Yes, we're good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. And on that front, we're good to go. And hello, thank you. Thank you. Right, let's refresh the stream. Are we actually gonna get yes we are. Well, there we go. We actually got everything rolling. So actually it's showing a road. So in 3, 2, 1, let's start this thing absolutely now. One of the things I actually didn't mention beforehand during the opening of the stream was the fact that it was actually interesting to actually used the past. For a second I was like, they changed the opening as well, because these things have been kind of getting me recently, the idea of the openings and endings changing. So I'm like, did they change it? But no, they didn't change it. And what I was going to say beforehand was the fact they actually used the past in this version as a detriment to the characters, and actually as a kind of a platform to develop the character further, which I thought actually was very interesting, because we actually haven't really had that before. We always had the idea that the past is always used to actually kind of better the character currently, but this time it's actually kind of used to actually highlight the fact that it's not always the best, which I thought was actually mildly interesting. I think they actually have changed the opening slightly, because the opening actually has FX now. FXs? Is that how you say it? SFXs? So I was slightly right in me saying that they actually changed the opening slightly, because they actually did change it ever so slightly. Oh, I like how they've actually done this episode so far. It's actually quite interesting because they've flipped it around again. It's kind of showing the fact that they're actually zombies, so human, basically. It's actually very interesting again. This is also quite interesting because we actually haven't seen Taya be like a threat for a very long time, like to the actual group itself. But it's actually kind of interesting to actually kind of see her as a threat again. Also, theoretically speaking, this actual episode's turned the show into a horror show now. If you think about it, it's kind of become the genre is actually kind of, in a way, escaping from, as well as the other genre itself. Oh. Oh. That's Surimi from Golden Kamui. This is a very interesting episode, actually. Like, it's kind of, it's reset the whole entire thing to zero, but it's kind of added so much more as well. Hello. I guess also, theoretically speaking, the actual reset itself takes place in quite a pivotal part of the narrative, which actually is mildly interesting to actually put it here. It's interesting that the actual backstory itself is being used as a detriment rather than a kind of an advancement. It's also quite interesting he's come to the rescue twice now, as well. But I like how they've actually kind of shifted the whole entire use of the backstory as well. I like it because it's actually a very neat thing to do. I mean, yeah, it was a very interesting episode because it kind of shifts the whole entire tone a bit as well, because it went from being very happy-go-lucky kind of show in a way. It had those moments of like, oh god, it's my feelings, my feelings. Don't get me wrong, it had the moments quite often, but it's been kind of happy-go-lucky in a way. But it's actually kind of shifted it back to its original genre of horror in a way, because you have once an insider being an outsider actually kind of going into this group, kind of realizing, oh crap, there's zombies, oh crap, I'm a zombie too. It's actually kind of a nice, interesting kind of shift, because it kind of allows you to actually kind of see them again as zombies in a way, because beforehand you saw them as basically normal people, but now since we have the zombie, we have the zombie, we have this kind of, in a way, human kind of looking in on this whole entire thing once again. It then shifts it back to them being zombies. I thought it was actually kind of a nice, interesting shift to the whole entire plot, to this whole entire point. So yeah, in that way, really well done, because I actually kind of want to see like a little bit of a shift in tone, because it kind of would have been kind of cool to actually kind of end it on something like that, actually kind of, in a way, paying homage to the actual genre we actually kind of are a part of, and it actually did it quite well. But yeah, I mean, it was a more interesting kind of episode, because it kind of taught you there's more than just happy memories in a way than we actually kind of expect, because after this whole entire point, there haven't really been memories that you can honestly say, Christ, like, it hasn't been like constant failures here and there as well. I mean, everyone's kind of had their everyone's had their moments, don't get me wrong, it's always been one of those things. I mean, you've seen it quite often, the idea of these moments kind of affecting the characters even more so. But then it was used as a platform that actually kind of then bettered the characters overall, actually kind of then developed their characters, actually kind of evidently show a character arc. But here it's kind of used to the point that she kind of accepts the fact that she can't actually get past the bad memories, or everything she does inflicts a bad memory, so there's no point in trying. So it's actually a very interesting idea. How everyone's kind of accepting their past, but actually moving past it, while she kind of accepts it, but she can't move past it, because she knows if she moves past it, there's always going to be this bad memory, this bad idea always happening, so she can't really escape that whole entire prospect. I thought it's a really nice, interesting dichotomy to actually kind of use. It's one of those ones that I'm actually kind of glad we've actually seen it, because beforehand it's always been used the idea that the actual characters are bettered because of the past, actually where they are now. But here it's actually kind of used to actually kind of show, no, it's not always the case, because some cases there's more to the character than we actually imagined. Especially with Sakura's character, because Sakura's always been very happy-go-lucky. She's always been the kind of in a way, the sunshine of the whole entire group, but now she's kind of not. It's actually a really interesting, like, kind of shift in tone, and it worked really well. I thought it was actually kind of nice, but actually kind of see Kotaru also become the person in a way that saves the whole entire group as well, because he's done it twice now. It's actually very interesting, because it actually kind of shows there's more to his character than what the show kind of leads on, because the show leads him on to be this kind of very just humorous man that actually has kind of a very interesting personality, but there's more to him. He's a person who's got a goal. The goal is kind of in a way to save Saga in a way. There's probably more to it, because it kind of is hinting there's probably more to it, but he's a person that actually has a kind of a normal goal, and it's actually very interesting to see him kind of achieve that goal. Actually then kind of see the other characters achieve that goal as well. It's actually very interesting that he actually comes to the actual rescue again, because there's not one single place in the show that actually kind of allows you to see that he would become the person that rescues the whole entire show in a way. He's always been shown to be this kind of very humorous character, but not in this case. I actually kind of like the idea of how they're slowly constructing his character as time goes on as well. Because again, he retains his actual kind of personality. It's very much still there. But it's actually kind of then shifted again with the whole thing that he actually doesn't very save the whole entire group. To wait and see what actually doesn't very happen there, because I actually don't really know whether or not he actually has indeed saved the whole entire group. But it does actually seem that way. But I thought it's a very interesting episode overall, because it kind of just shows you there's more to these characters than just what we actually kind of led on to believe. I actually kind of like the fact that we actually had Sakura actually kind of be influenced by Ai as well. It actually kind of allows you to see there's a deepened bond between them that we didn't really see beforehand. And it's actually kind of knowing that, it makes you wonder if there's more characters out there that actually know more within the group that actually kind of, maybe not, but if you know what I mean. The idea that if say they continue for a little while longer, would they have bumped into each other later on in life as well? outside of being zombies. It's actually a very interesting project, this idea of what the characters could have been and where they could have met. Could they have met under different circumstances? The idea doesn't very prevail with the whole thing with Ai and Sakura, the idea of how they could have met in different circumstances, the idea of how she was influenced by her. I thought this was a very interesting kind of episode that actually kind of shifts the whole entirety of the show in a way. Resets it back to zero, but also kind of introduce a lot more to the actual plot, to actually kind of make it seem even more expansive than it actually was led on to believe. It's actually kind of a very interesting episode for that one reason. It's done so much within one episode, and actually kind of respected for that reason. Plus the direction was fantastic as well. The direction actually was really freaking good. It kind of retained the horror aesthetic, but also kind of keeping what we know already. So yeah, really, all in all, really freaking good. So yes, with all that said, I've indeed been the driver. So as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, then do leave that good old follow on Twitch, because indeed, that's something quite a bit. And if you have enjoyed here on, have enjoyed doing here on YouTube, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does something quite a bit. And as well, you have enjoyed doing here on YouTube, and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do leave a sub on YouTube, because indeed it's actually helped me quite a bit. And as well, after that whole entire point, actually want to stay a little bit longer after that whole entire point, then do leave a follow on Twitter, because indeed it's actually helped me quite a bit. New streams go live, any other streams I do as well on Twitter or on here as well. And as also, if you actually don't have a Twitter account, but do have a Discord server, do have a Discord account, I do have a Discord server as well, which is free to tell when the streams go live, and the streams I do as well. Until next time, with I believe the final episode of Zombieland Saga, we'll see you guys later. Bye for now.